Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of Perfect Corp's Global Beauty Tech Forum Master Series Season 5. And this is our first episode in 2021. I'm your host, Wayne Liu, General Manager and the Senior Vice President of Perfect Corp. So it's hard to believe we have already in the Season 5. We premiered the first episode of the Global Beauty Tech Forum back in August 5th, 2020. Originally, we have the idea to host an online webinar. It's because of a COVID lockdown. We really don't have any choice but to try to find a channel to communicate the beauty tech idea to the beauty community. What we didn't expect is we have successfully completed the 4th season, 13 episode, plus 2 Global Beauty Tech Forum virtual event with more than 1,900 attendees and 5,200 registrants who watched the replay. So here at the beginning of season 5, I need to show my appreciation. I'm very grateful for the support from the beauty community, our brand partner, the guest speaker, and my team. Okay. Without your support, we won't be able to go this far. Thank you all very much. Today, we are very happy to invite our guest speaker, Shanna Whiteblack, who is the Senior Director, Innovation and Beauty Tech from Coty, to today's show. Welcome, Shanna. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Shanna, I want to make sure Shanna is there. So can you? Okay.
Hi. Thank you so much for welcome. I'm here.
Yeah. So sometimes I said that that we are all in the digital, we are in technology, but sometimes it's a small thing, kind of like bother us a little bit. Hi, Shanna. And then Shanna actually is the Senior Director for Innovation and the Beauty Tech. It's very interesting. We have a position for the beauty tech, and which we are very excited. So Shanna actually lead her team's mission to identify and roll out the innovative digital-first solution to enhance the consumer experience across all Coty brand worldwide. The technology including AR, AI, and VR, ultra personalization, machine learning, and the experience within the metaverse. Prior to this role, Shanna led global digital programming for Calvin Klein and the Marc Jacob fragrance, where she spearheaded the award-winning campaign as well as had various positions at the Estée Lauder company and Trish McCoy. We are very happy to have Shanna here. Shanna will share with us about the digital transformation of Coty and also talk about how AR and AI, especially the project with Perfect Corp, to help as a part of that digital transformation.
Thank you, Wayne.
Again, Shanna, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think some of you may already been in the master series several times. So usually our format is I will take the first 10 to 15 minutes to walk you through some of the topic. In today's, I'll talk about from high level digital transformation, and then the digital transformation in the Perfect Corp. And also I will talk about today's technical topic, which is AgileHand Technology. That one is new. I should be interested to as the first time we actually introduced to the public in the master series. And then after the presentation, I'll have a fireside chat with Shanna. We will talk about how Coty embraced the AI and AR digital technology as a driving force of a digital across all the organization. And throughout the presentation, you can type your question into the panel and the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And then you can also, at the end of the presentation, we will respond to as many questions as we can. Without further ado, let's start today's show. Okay, so as usual, if you don't know Perfect Corp, hope for now you probably know us. I will actually do a quick introduction of our company. So our company founded in 2015. we are 7 years. Yeah, we are 7 years into the business now. So we have 350 people in 16 cities. We add one more city, and then 12 countries. We add one more country. And then for the B2C side, we have two business. One is B2B, another one is B2C. So we have a award-winning app called You Can Makeup. So I'll put 999 million download here because very soon, I don't know, very soon in the next couple of days or in the week, we will hit the 1 billion. So right now I just put 999 because that number change every day. And then on the B2B business, which we license our technology as a SaaS model to over 400 brands worldwide. Majority of the brand are beauty brand, but right now we get into the fashion. Okay, so they adopt a Perfect Corp. So we have a strategic partnership with Facebook, which Meta now, Google, YouTube, Snap, Alibaba, Hansen. So that's a part of our omni-channel strategy. We want our partner not only have the technology in their own channel, we also want them to be implemented in the different channel like social media, e-commerce. We are highly decorated. I just list some of our award, but the list is very long here. Okay. And then the interesting here is we just get award late last year as a Green Product of the Year. Okay, not today, but in the next couple of master series, we will talk about sustainability of our product. As I said, we are working with brand, 400 brand and increasing. So brand like Sally Hansen, and then we will have a more Coty brand coming globally work with us. We are expanding very fast. From when we incorporated in the 2015, we only have a handful of brand, very less. Right now we have 400. We are a global team to support you, the brand. We just add Spain. We have a sales team in Madrid. We just signed up the team there who can help us. And actually, one of my team member actually this week is in Spain, attending the trade show and also meet some of the customer. We are true global team, so that's why that's one reason the brand like to work with. Okay, so it's about introduction of Perfect. Let's talk about this digital transformation. This slide actually is from JP Morgan, okay, from very, very high level. JP Morgan is not really on the beauty tech or all kind of, they just on the very high level economic perspective. In the one of the presentation, they talk about the pandemic in trends, some key mega trends. The first one is the digital transformation. And then of course, healthcare innovation and sustainability. So I think the important thing here is they talk about mega trends. Mega trends is a very powerful and sustained force that have an effect on the global scale. So you can see how important the digital transformation is all about. It's not about a hype. Hype means it come and go like a bubble. But the trends, especially the mega trend, usually last 10 years or longer. So that's why digital transformation is not just something like a hype, a fashion word you want to use all the time, but it's really a trend. So company need to take it serious about digital transformation. The digital transformation is including many parts, and then like a digitalize the product and using the innovative way like AR and AI is really the part of that digital transformation. We will hear a lot from Coty today. And then from the consumer perspective, or like a consumer and brand perspective, and then this slide actually I get it from Mintel. They present last week in the CEW's State of Beauty. So that's a great slide. So I'll put it here. There's some numbers. On the previous slide, we talk about global mega trend level, but really on the brand business level, technology advancement will increase non-contextual communication because of course, this one happened prior to COVID, but COVID actually speed up this process, means that people not seeing each other, but they still communicate, they talk, but they are really in the non-contextual fashion. So digital play an important role in this kind of non-contextual communication. Digital ownership will change the game of the beauty. digital communication and experience will redefine brand and consumer relationship. So that's why the digital, we talk about something like AR, AI, or even the, all this XR and metaverse and FT. It's not something just for fun. It became an essential part of the brand's business practice. We see, especially for AR, we've been in the business for 7 years. When we start this business, AR, people they don't really know how this augmented reality will help the brand. Okay, but right now, this one become an essential part of the business. We can see like a 70%, this one's from UK. 70% of the UK consumers said that experience are more important to them than the material possession. Okay, so experience, digital experience. And then 62% of the US consumer agree that having the new technology is excited. Okay, especially we are dealing with the new generation like a Gen Z. They are so-called the pure digital. When they start, when they get born, they've been with digital and the mobile and all kind of things. So digital technology excited them. And we go to this, this one is from the Google data, that 2 hours a day on digital, which I really think this one is on the really low end. I have a like a teenager son, so you can see that it's probably how 5 times, I'll say that. And then 150% of the online video ownership. Okay, so that's why like a streaming and then like a shopping, online streaming shopping is important. And 1.5 CPG in the e-commerce sale. So that's why all these things talk about the importance of digital transformation. And for the beauty brand and also the fashion brand, the experience, digital experience is super important. And AR and AI plays an important part of that digital transformation. Okay, so that's on the largest scale, talk about digital transformation and how important it is. And we'll get into a little bit on the technical level. Okay, so Perfect Corp, we are in the center of the digital transformation. We are actually part of that digital transformation. We also, it's interesting is that we are the digital transformation, but we also transforming ourselves. What I mean by that is, you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, that's what we've been doing for the past 7 years. AR, and then we add AI for the skin. We have AI for the shape finding or the machine matching. Okay, so that's a part of what we've been doing. And then actually we are transforming because AR and AI is not only limited to this makeup, skincare, but we also get into personalization for the recommendation. Now for the new area, we are expand, which is one of the topic today, the hands. We used to have an agile face, let's do a facial recognition, but right now we have it on hand, we do AgileHand. So we are not only doing the shoulder and above, right now we expand our coverage to the different parts of the business. And also we get into men's grooming. Very soon you will see something very excited about the AI beard style and the coloring. So that's it's all coming, and then some of them actually is ready. Okay, so combine everything together, Perfect Corp is in the digital transformation. And then very soon this one will be part of this metaverse. Okay, so let's talk about this AgileHand technology. So what's special about the hands? People probably you can think, oh, the face is difficult because you have to be accurate to identify all these things. A hand is just a hand, right? However, I won't say which technology is more difficult, but what I'm going to say here is it's totally different technology. Because when we use this have this agile face, pretty much you talk about face. Face, almost everybody, has a similar kind of formation. You have 2 eyes and 1 nose and your mouth. And then lots of feature points. The thing here is that you just need to detect. You have to be very accurate. You have to be very fast. But as long as you get this the feature points, the landmark correct, you can have a good analysis. However, for the hand, it's different. I won't say difficult. It's different because look at your hand, right? So there's not that many feature points you can identify. And also you can rotate, you can move freely. So it's a very different technology. So you don't assume that's a very obvious, oh, Perfect Corp can do hand, can do shoulder and butt. Of course they can do hand. No, it's different. So let me tell you the tricky part. The AgileHand technology actually has a very different way to do the technology. Basically, is a trend on the PBR. PBR is a physically based rendering on the 3D hand model. Okay, so physically based rendering is very different from the facial recognition because it tries to map a full range of a gesture, various skin tone and texture, as well as a hand and finger size. So basically, for the physical based rendering, we are tracing the light. Okay, we are tracing the light, the flow, and then we try to using the light flow is a reflection and the texture to understand that object. Okay, so basically we treat for the AgileHand technology, we treat every single service as a shining service. What do I mean by shining surface? Means it can reflect some kind of a light. Even it's a very, so for like a concrete, right? Usually people don't think concrete is a shining surface. But for the PBR, we treat that as the shining surface. And then we try to mimic the lighting, okay, the reflection. In these cases on the skin, and then AR product, for example, nail, and then you can think about like watches and the jewelry, bracelets. So that's why we treat object as a shining object. And then we try to get the so-called more like a photorealism. It's more like you try to take a photo and then make sure that it's very close to the real one. So that's the difference about AgileHand technology. Okay, and also we put this skin smoother. Of course, when you do the try on, your skin looks pretty shining too, and then you know it have a great experience here. Okay. And then we talk about the nail polish. So basically, we get all the nail polish texture with all the shining, the surface idea. So we can create all kind of different um, the, the nail polish texture, and also the maybe later we'll get into the nail art. Okay, so that's all about the AgileHand technology. Okay, so it's a new new breed of the technology. Although we call the AgileHand, AgileFace, they have no really like a connection. Okay, so that's why Perfect Corp, we are in the digital transformation. We come up with a new technology to cover more category, so we can provide a better service and product to the brand. Okay, so that's pretty much my introduction, I'll say, for today. Now, okay, so let's get into our second one, which is very excited. I'll have a chat with Shanna. Okay, so
I'm here.
hi, Shanna. How are you?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me today.
Okay, thank you for joining us. And then we kick off the very first the master series of this season. Okay, so thank you. So I talk about lots of this the technology, you know, the face, the hands. Now we're getting to a little bit more on Coty. So first, can you please tell us about the role as a director of innovation and beauty tech at Coty?
Absolutely. And before I jump in, I just wanted to extend a big, big thank you to Allison Wayne and the entire team at Perfect Corp for having me today. It has been my privilege, extremely my privilege, to shepherd this partnership with Perfect Corp, and then also to bring this first launch with Sally Hansen to life, which I think we did in record time. It was very quick. So very excited to be here today. Thank you so much. So just to give you a little bit of intel into my role, so it's part of the larger Coty digital organization under our Chief Digital Officer, Jean-Denis Mariani. And my team is truly a critical change agent when it comes to the company's digital transformation. And that's through identifying and executing best-in-class scalable opportunities, as Wayne mentioned, in the likes of augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and soon we will have some exciting things coming in the metaverse as well. And just as far as my role, so consumer engagement is truly at the heart of my expertise. And this is through empowering the beauty experience for consumers through new services, new solutions, and truly reinventing beauty overall. So very exciting.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so then let's talk about your role. You are in the digital, I would say digital innovation and digital transformation for Coty. Actually, I like to understand, so what does digital transformation with the AI, AR, and all kinds of technology integration mean for Coty? Especially, Coty is a iconic brand, and you have a lot of iconic brand, a giant in the beauty industry. And then we have a long history. So sometimes long history is good, but sometimes getting a little bit, like a burden. I'll say that because for the new transformation, you probably think about something very fast, agile, right? So quick. So what does that mean for Coty?
Absolutely. And I think a lot has changed since we've had Jean-Denis on board with us. He's truly taken digital transformation and thinking about transforming it at its core, right? As you said, we are a large company and it's taken us a little bit of time to start to really invest in that change and to make things happen quickly. And I want to say in his famous words, it's all about taking what we do today, leveraging technology, data, and new ways of working to do it better, faster, and more effectively. And that's really what we're determined to do today and in the future. And obviously, this leads to our amazing partnership with Perfect Corp. So why we're here today, because it provides experiences like what we've built with Sally Hansen, as well as additional virtual try-on tools, online skin diagnostics, social shopping, data-driven personalization for all of our brands. So we're very much focused on driving that as quickly as we can, but in very smart ways. And I think what we've seen, and I think every beauty brand that's on the call today, or just brands in general, the pandemic, if it's proven anything, is that consumers are truly interacting with brands and especially beauty brands in ways that we've never ever seen before. So for how we're kind of pivoting is that the desire for touchless and personalized product testers and experiences is spiking. And this is at a time when obviously hygiene and safety are dominating retailer operations and consumer mindsets. So taking that very seriously. And that's where AR and AI come into play, right? Because with these new tools, they're extremely impactful, lifelike ways that consumers can discover, play, learn more, shop easier for the products that they love, either in the comfort of their own home or on their own personal devices. So really be able to do this from an omni-channel perspective has been something that we've been very much taking into account. And that leads to why we're here today, which is this revolutionary tool for Sally Hansen. As we know with nail, it is very difficult to try on the products in store. Also being able to decipher what colors are going to look best on your hands without it being a complete mess. So, this tool has allowed us to take it truly to the next level. And what I will say to everybody on this call today is, while I'm speaking and while Wayne and I are talking, go to sallyhansen.com, try it for yourself. It is truly a mind-blowing, new and amazing technology for nail. And I'd also love to share a quick video that will bring this truly to life. So if we can see that up, that would be great. And I'm just very excited to be able to showcase this today.
Yeah, that's great. Let's just see the video. So please, let's get the video go out. Okay. Great video. I feel, the nail is already very colorful. You have a hundreds color, but this video make it even more colorful. I have a feeling of like a spring is coming, this type of. So that's why technology get people excited, right? So in the previous, the numbers say that. Okay, so it's a great video, and I believe our audience want to know more about not just the video itself, but also the Sally Hansen virtual try-on tool, a little bit detail about that, and also the benefit from what you see that provide to your customer.
Absolutely. So just to give you more of intel into how we develop this tool and the features that it includes. So in this next generation virtual experience for Sally Hansen, where this truly differentiates, and I know Wayne talked a lot about this with the AgileHand technology, is that you can select a nail color and actually see this on a live moving image of your hand. And I'm sure some of the attendees on the call today have seen some of these types of tools in the past where it's either a model image that's static, or you have to take a picture of your hand and then it kind of tries to place the color on your hands, but not so well. This is totally next level. And the fun part about it is that you can experiment with all the different shades of Sally Hansen, so over 100 shades with no mess before purchasing. So, that's really where the key part of this comes in. It creates a completely new shopping experience, whether you're buying online or in store, and it makes testing nail polish actually accessible, which, it's never really been able to do in the past. And it's also hygienic, right? So when you think about it, being able to try these on without having to open up bottles, et cetera, even for all beauty products is quite amazing. Also, the fun part is that consumers are no longer limited to the amount of shades. So, of course, you can pick out the ones that will look best on your nails, but it also allows you to play with shades that you would have never thought to in the past. So I typically always wear pinks. I started to try on purples and blues, and I absolutely love them. So my range is now much bigger. But that's the fun part, right? Is being able to play with all different shades and types. So
Yeah,
just
so
to give,
that's
yeah,
exactly what we talk about on the virtual try-on. So when you talk about the range, expand your range, that made me think about like when we get very early when the Perfect Corp started. Our CEO, founder CEO, also always say, if you try more, you buy more. Actually, that's the case because I remember very early days when we have activation with the one brand on the lipsticks. One of my team member, Christy Van Netter, she actually get the customer to try the green lipsticks. And the customer said, I never believe like I get this, I look so good with the green lipsticks. So then she purchased that. So that's why from the lipstick to nail, I believe if you try more, you buy more. So the next question is, you mentioned about the nail polish. It's a very difficult, which we know. That's why we wait for 7 years and we get into nail polish. So even like a test, right? So does that virtual technology really enable the customer to try more, of course, and buy more? Did you have that kind of insight to share with our audience?
yeah, absolutely. So as we know, nail polish inherently is a very impulsive category, and consumers love to experiment across shades and finishes, but again, very difficult to do. So what we've actually seen is that users today are trying on average about 12 shades at a time within one session. So that's quite a lot when you think about, the time that they're spending within the tool. And we're expecting that to continue to rise as we add more shades and finishes and functionalities. A couple of functionalities actually that we'll be launching in the next few weeks are social sharing, which is kind of table stakes, but we're getting that up and running. Right now, you can compare 2 different shades. In the next couple of weeks, you'll be able to compare up to 4 in a quadrant, which is very cool. So you can see 4 shades at one time. Also, we'll be introducing multicolor options. So whereas now you would only see one color across all of your nails, you'll be able to see multiples, as well as nail art. So that's something that we are focused on for a couple of our brands, and we think that could be really fun, given that that's obviously a very large trend in the nail industry. We're also finding that the time spent on our product display pages has increased over 100%. So it's quite a lot, as well as the add to basket conversion rate has increased 110%. So yes, it is true. Try more, buy more. It's actually working. And just to level set, this has happened only in the first few weeks. We've only been live for a few weeks. So we're only expected to see this rise as time goes on and as we add these new and fun functionalities.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. We just launched this one couple of weeks. We already see the great outcome. So I believe, down to the road when we get the more technology, get into that. Especially you mentioned about this four-way comparison. That one is actually pretty challenging. Think about this on the browser. You need to have a like a video feed, happen in the same time try on. So that's a technical challenge, but we'll definitely nail it. And then we're gonna launch this four-way. So when the customer see this four-way comparison, they'll say, I will buy all of them. Okay, so that's definitely try more and buy more. Okay, thank you.
Exactly.
So let's get into a little bit on the corporate level. Let's talk about Coty. So how has the Coty's business vision adapted to changing the consumer experience expectation in the new digital power world?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've transformed our whole approach to digital operations towards creating a digital first omni-channel strategy focused on storytelling and discovery. And what we've seen is that actually online sales continue to skyrocket and are projected to make up 48% of all beauty sales by 2023. So I think it just goes to show that consumers are very hungry for more digital first experiences, especially virtual try-ons. So most importantly, our partnership with Perfect Corp, it does answer the changing consumer expectations of today. It definitely anticipates the changing expectations of tomorrow, and it promises to increase sales across all of our touch points. So for us, as we think about the omni-channel approach, of course, mobile and desktop are kind of table stakes when it comes to these types of tools, but also pinpointing different ways that we can touch the consumer in store, on social media, within paid media, also really thinking about live streaming opportunities with the virtual try-on integrated, sampling. So there's so many different ways that we can bring this 360 that we're working on right now.
Okay, that's great. Especially, now we have Sally Hansen as the first one, but we actually have a lot of brand gonna launch this technology in the pipeline. And also, while we are launching the current one, we actually already start to go about this like a roadmap, what's next for consumers. So it's very excited. And then really like to Coty to have this vision to lead this digital transformation. And then probably the next one is more like a data question. So data is a sensitive. Some people, especially right now in general, people think about data. You think, oh, that's like you want to store my, like steal my data or kind of thing. Which I don't believe so, because I always believe it's more like a called a return of engagement. So if you can use your consumers' data rightly, properly, and then provide them lots of return, actually I believe they will be willing to share the data. So let's talk about how do you see the data in the new way, especially for the virtual try-on, and do you feel like what you be able to better service the customer by the key learning from the data, which that's what mean the return of engagement. Okay, so can you share a little bit about your perspective about data?
Sure. So outside of just focusing obviously on omni-channel, data and analytics are at the heart of everything we do now. It is so highly important that we are capturing as much information as we can to unlock unlimited potential for CRM capabilities, personalization, optimization, micro-targeting. The whole idea is to truly meet consumers where they are with what they crave. And so what we have done is built a very in-depth data and analytics tool that will allow us to aggregate all of the data coming in from these different tools that we're building, as well as the different touch points that they're interacting with the tools. So this is truly to understand our consumers, understand their omni-channel journeys, and as you mentioned, build these long-lasting communities for years and years to come. And what we've done actually so far, just in the few weeks that we've been live with Sally Hansen, is we've taken a look at intensely at the data and analytics that we've already received and already started optimizing the tool. We saw different ways that we could perfect this. And so we have already taken steps to make those updates that should be going live in the next couple days to weeks. So yes, it's very important for us.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So that's really a good insight about data and how you're gonna use the data to better serve the consumer. Okay, so I guess I like to pause a little bit here because due to the interest of time, we like to have our audience to ask a couple of questions so we can answer that. So let's see, we get a couple of questions coming here. Let's see. So one audience really want to talk about omni-channel. what she said, the customer says you mentioned before that being omni-channel is a key priority for the AR tool. So can you tell us more about how you plan to integrate across all consumer touchpoints? I guess this audience like to see, because we show like website, probably you have a more like in-store and app. So can you share a little bit about your omni-channel plan?
Absolutely. So this will obviously differ a little bit for each of the brands that we'll be partnering with. Talking about Sally Hansen specifically, so we are in active talks to integrate in-store tools such as QR codes or touchscreen experiences. So that way, when they are at those very, sometimes cluttered or, with the wide range of shades, they are able to easily try on those colors while they're in store, which is very, very valuable to us, and then be able to purchase directly from either sallyhansen.com or within the retailer. So another piece to us that's important is understanding which retail partners are able to execute this type of technology. So we are, again, in active discussions with those retailers to integrate onto .com. The other place is social media. So one of the amazing things about Perfect Corp, and I know when you talked about this before, is the fact that you have these amazing partnerships with social media networks and really utilizing those in smart ways. So we are focused on making sure that we're developing tools that can be used social first as well, and then also within paid media too. So utilizing the efforts that you have gone through to allow us to use those tools within paid. I talked a little bit before about live streaming, and I think that this is such a huge opportunity for all brands now. I mean, we've seen this come heavily out of Asia. They're doing it so well, and it's obviously very lucrative, is to integrate live streaming opportunities with the virtual try-on tools integrated. So that's something that we will definitely be focused on in the very near future. And another piece that's very important to us as well is sampling. How can we integrate sampling in a very easy way that once they've gone through the tools and they've picked out their colors, or they've gone through the skin diagnostic and they have their regimen, how can we easily sample? And I know through your partnership with SoPost, we are able to do that very easily today, while also continuing to capture more consumer data, CRM, opportunities. So a lot happening, and again, will depend on each brand, but we are looking at every single touch point.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for sharing. I think we still have a time for the last question. So last question, I pick that one. The audience has a question about future. So what the audience asks is, can both of you share with us any exciting update for brand or technology down to the pipeline of 2022? So I guess I'll have a Shanna to share about this some exciting update for the brand, and I'll talk a little bit about our technology.
Okay, great. Well, can't give away all of our secrets. So, but what I will say is that we will be rolling out virtual try-on tools, online skin diagnostic tools, foundation shade finders across more than 10 of our brands globally, so across the world, in the coming months. So just a little bit of work to do, but no, we're moving very quickly, and with our partnership with Perfect Corp, it's been amazing so far. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We'll also be announcing some new and exciting first to market technologies in the near future, but just there's a lot more to come. We're so thrilled and excited about just the work that we've done so far and what the future holds for our partnership.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing the brand. For us, I guess we continue doing the cover more category of the virtual try-on, and then also I guess one of the things which you get very excited is about the combination of technology and the human. What I mean by that is that we have a new technology called UCam tutorial, which we announced the launch a couple months ago. So basically, we use of course the makeup artist, the knowledge of the makeup artist to do this, do a virtual makeup, and then later we can transfer that makeup into digital format. Not only that, so if we just transfer that, it become a try-on, but actually we can recreate that look on your face step by step. So basically, you have a digital tutorial, is like a tutor or makeup artist to help you to create that look. So we believe that's a combination of the technology and the human knowledge. It's something actually is we believe that's as a future. Okay. And also we are as I said, within the AgileHand Technology, we'll cover more category like jewelry, watches, and also with simulation, which is based on the GAN tech, GAN, generative adversive network technology. We are doing simulation, of course, the skin condition simulation, and also we do the simulation on the hair. So hair, not only do the hair color, but also we are trying to do hairstyle. So all the exciting technology is coming. Okay, so yeah, so because we are pretty much time getting to the time. So I like to thanks Shanna to be our master speaker today. And I'm looking forward to have a more activation with the Coty, and also congrats on the Sally Beauty's the launch with the virtual try-on tools. Okay. And
Thank you so
also,
much.
yeah, before we go, I like to let's see if I can share my screen. I want to do some marketing here, advertisement. So actually, Shanna talk about Soulpost. So next master series, we will have Jonathan Gruben, who is Soulpost the CEO. We will talk about we call sustainable sampling or smart sampling. We will talk about the eco-friendly Soulpost and the Perfect talk about the sampling. Okay, so yeah, so that's March 23. So when the registration open, I hope everybody can just register and then just listen to what is so-called the smart sampling is all about. Okay, so today again, appreciate Shanna, and appreciate that the partnership with Sally Hansen and Coty. Thank you for joining us, and also thank you for all the audience which you tune in today. And looking forward to see all of you next in the next master series. Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day, everybody.
Go to sallyhansen.com.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do that. Okay, bye.
Thank you.